I'm an addict for sneakers.
What's good? It's your boy DJ Delz back with a brand new sneaker podcast here at the Sneaker Addict Show. Before I start, please hit that like button right now if you enjoy listening. Just lets me know, and it also lets your friends know that you like the show, and it helps the show grow. So if you want me to keep doing these episodes, these podcasts, by doing that just helps a whole lot. And thank you in advance. So let's talk about a lot of stuff today because I haven't done a podcast in a while. It's been, I think, at least 2 weeks. And I put out on all my social media the question, what do you want me to speak about today? Being that it's been a hot minute since I did a podcast. We got a lot of questions. The Yeezy 3, so many want to know my thoughts on the Yeezy 3 because there was a prototype image that leaked, so we'll start there. This is definitely not the final version. I've heard it from so many people that are pretty legit. They know what they're talking about. This is a prototype. I'm not saying it's 100% that this is not the official shoe, but it kind of clearly looks like it's a prototype. If you look toward the upper and the back of the shoe, it doesn't look finished. Even by the tongue, it doesn't look finished. It's got to be a prototype. I mean, I've been really looking and studying shoes for so long. I've always loved shoes, but as far as just looking at the details and appreciating the details and the craftsmanship, you can tell this is sloppy right here. This is sloppy Joe right here. There's no way that this is the shoe Kanye West is releasing. This man, Kanye West, is a perfectionist. Everything that he puts out, he wants it to be perfect. This is way too sloppy for Kanye West, in my opinion. As far as it releasing, because a lot of people keep asking about that, it's rumored to release on Black Friday. Is that true? I don't know if it's true. Can I see it releasing Black Friday? Hell yeah. Why not shake it up? Why not? If Adidas was smart, and they are smart, they will release it on Black Friday. Because it's just going to shake things up, being that there's a lot of big Black Friday releases, like the black infrareds that are releasing. I'm just looking through my Instagram to see what people are asking about. And a lot of people are asking the same questions, but I just wanted to see if there's anything I could connect to where we are right now. So also this Northern Lights Premier Nike SB Dunk Low. People are calling it the Yeezy for a while. That shoe I'm pretty sure is releasing Black Friday. Also glows in the dark. It's a nice SB. That's also releasing. Before I move on, I just want to shout out people that actually asked questions on my social media, like my Instagram, just to make it fun, you know, because I'm going to do this again. And I like the interaction. Shout out to H. Porter. Shout out to AZDMY. Shout out to Danny Moore. Danny Moore asked about the Yeezy 3, and then he also asked, Kim's nudes. Yo, those pictures were crazy, right? I mean, so crazy how, like, the whole thing was break the internet, and she just had, like, that picture of her oiled booty. And I know me, I love a beautiful booty, and she definitely has one. And I was just, like, so, like, wow. Just wow. But I wasn't like she really broke the internet. But then the next day when they put out the rest of the photos of her just completely naked, that to me broke the internet. I mean, she spazzed out on that. She wilded out on that. That's crazy. My opinion on it, I mean, if people want to know my actual opinion on it, Kim K's hot, man. What more can I say? That's my opinion on that. Danny Moore asked that. Middleman Kicks wanted me to speak about the Laser 4. The Laser 4 image I seen, the white one with the 3M and the laser all over it. If you want to see detailed images, I just posted images on my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. A ton of images, including with the 3M activated on it. I think it's a dope shoe. I mean, there's nothing more to say. I think it's nice. So moving on, Matt wanted to know about the Pantone 11 pack, restock info. I don't know what to really say about the Pantone 11 pack. I've already spoke about it in other podcasts. I definitely recommend you checking out the older podcast because I went into my total thoughts of it and it was like really in-depth and pretty interesting, and my opinions haven't changed on that pack at all. Restock info just comes out of left field. It usually just happens really quickly, so I always tell people to follow my social networks, like my Twitter and my Instagram. Twitter is the #1 place you should be following people. You should be active on Twitter if you're trying to catch restocks, because restocks happen, and as soon as it happens, everyone talks about it on Twitter. So if a restock happens at 4 o'clock, everyone's talking about it on Twitter before it's 4:01. Like, everyone's like, oh, restock, restock, restock. People are tweeting it. People are popping links. So if you're not following Twitter accounts like my Twitter account, especially, you're bugging. You're missing out. My Twitter account is The Sneak Addict. You should be following that. I'm always posting all kinds of information on restocks. When the shoes release, as soon as they release, bang, I put information up on my Twitter. If you're not following The Sneak Addict over at twitter.com, you are bugging, because I am always helping people score their kicks for retail or under retail. A lot of times I'll even find out crazy deals for people balling on a budget. Under retail, yes, under retail. Sneakers that are hot, that get restocked months and months later, and they just need to get rid of a couple of sizes. I was able to bless some people with some crazy deals this past week. Just craziness. So make sure you're following my Twitter account. And moving on, we'll get to another question. I actually like this format. I tried doing this once, but no one participated. I was like, damn. I was like, where's the love? No one cares. Like, that's why I told people in one of my videos like a few weeks ago, I was like, I'm gonna slow down because I feel like people are losing interest in the show. Like, that's why I always say, like, show love, leave comments, hit the like button if you enjoy watching, because I pay attention to that, and it makes me realize that I need to, you know, keep doing this. When I don't see so much of that, it makes me feel like people aren't really into the show, which is fine. I mean, it's not going to last forever. I would love if that was the case, if it did last forever, because I enjoy doing it. But if you want it to last a while, please just show that love, and I'll keep doing it. And I'm happy. I've got a ton of questions. That's why I went out of the way and actually tried to shout out people that asked the same question, because I actually enjoy this. It's fun. And I'm assuming you listeners are enjoying it too. We'll move on. And Middleman Kicks asked about the Lakers. The Lakers are not going to do anything this year. They're not going to make the playoffs. If they do, they'll be knocked out the first round. They just don't have enough talent, and it's as simple as that. Your Pantones. This question's by JLV Reckless. He wants to know about my Pantones and whatnot. How did I find them and everything. Pantones I showed were used in a display. I don't know exactly where, but they displayed this whole Pantone collection at a few different locations. I'm pretty sure it was 3 or 4 different locations, if that. And I was able to get my hands on them because someone that knows someone knew someone, basically. So that's how I was able to get my hands on them and share them with you guys. Now, the Pantones, most of them are gone. I don't have them anymore. Those things are long gone. They've been sold. I never want to have that many rare shoes that are worth that much money in my possession nowadays. When I was younger, yes, but not anymore, because it would just break my heart if something happened to them. Those Pantones that I showed you, which, keep in mind, weren't all of the collection. A lot of people keep saying it was all the collection. It really wasn't. It was about maybe 1/4 of the collection I showed you. I didn't show all of the Pantones. I mean, I showed maybe 6 pairs of Pantones. I have the Pantone 14 still. The other ones are long gone. They've been sold. Those shoes, man, went for a lot of bread. A lot of people really are into the samples, and other people got their hands on them. If you follow Instagram, you started seeing people in the past year, they've been, you know, getting their hands on a lot of different Pantone models, and there's not a lot of these samples that were made. There's very few of them made. So you may have seen photos in the past 3 years of the Pantone sample, and it's probably a lot of the times the same exact shoe that you've seen throughout the years. Even before me, it got to me from someone else, and it's just been getting passed around. And that's just what it is, man, with rare shoes like these. A lot of times, you know, a collector wants them more than the next collector, and they've got a lot of money to offer for them, and sometimes you just can't refuse that bread, and then it just moves on and on. The 14, though, I don't think I personally will ever get rid of that 14, because I think that's the best shoe out of that Pantone pack, that sample pack. You know, it was a display, though. Keep in mind, this Pantone pack that's coming out, supposedly, it's nothing like the quality that you're getting in this sample that I had in my hand that I showed you guys a review on. I mean, when they did these Pantone samples, you're talking about very few made. I mean, you're talking about the people that actually made the shoe putting a lot of love into making the shoe, making sure that they were made with perfection, high quality materials. When they're making these kind of samples for displays, It's not like them mass producing later on the Pantone 11. There was a little difference, I think, in the back. The color was a little bit different. But you also got to keep in perspective, these shoes were made in like 2010, the Pantones that I showed you guys. So just addressing that, I don't really have many of the Pantones in hand. They're basically gone or they're about to be gone. There's just people that want them more, you know? So that's just how it works with these rare sample shoes. I don't really like having shoes that are worth that much money. I mean, people are willing to pay 5 to 10 grand for those shoes. It's crazy. I don't want them in my storage area. I don't want them in my house. God forbid there's a storm and, you know, there's always floodings going on all the time and storms. God forbid there's a fire or something. The last thing I'm going to care about is my damn shoes. I'm going to be worried about my kids, my dog, my girl. Like, you know, like, that's what I'm going to care about. Even my cat. I have a cat now. Like, I'm not going to give a shit about no shoes. Like, who wants that in their house? And who wants, like, to worry about if there's some kind of storm or fire or anything going on and it's in a storage area and you're far away from the storage area? So they're gone. So answering that question, I'm sure people actually enjoyed hearing that because I never really spoke about that. Oh, shout out to Stephen J0211. He asked about the Black Friday releases too. Shout out to him. That's my homeboy right there. Chris CUNHA wanted to know about the black infrared 6s that released in Black Friday. I don't know what to say about them. It's just basically that shoe is my favorite shoe of all time. I own so many pairs of them though. I'm not bragging too, but I own a lot of pairs of them. Like I own, I think 4 or 5 pairs of throughout the years. So I'm not as excited about this release. I'm happy to get another pair or two. I already have one. I'm probably going to get another one, but it's not my favorite release of the year. I'll tell you that right now because I've owned them. So as much as I'm happy that they're coming back out, I'm at the same time kind of not as excited as a lot of people. I was honestly more excited about the Nike Command Force shoe that released a couple of weeks ago, the David Robinson White Man Can't Jump sneaker. That shoe I'm more excited about that release than the Black Infrared 6. And that's just as far as excitement, not what shoe I like better, but as far as my top releases of the year, I would pick the Command Force over the Black Infrared 6 just because I've had that shoe for years. So it's not going to be my top pick of the year when I already had it, but it probably will be on a lot of people's number one if they made a list. But as far as me, there's no reason for it to be my favorite pick when I already had the shoe. But my opinion on it as far as if it's going to be like hard to get and stuff like that, limited, Ryan Gray was asking about that, I'm seeing right now. It's going to be hard to get because a lot of people want that shoe. They've been fiending to get it. There's people that weren't around in 2010 when they released that, you know? They weren't into sneakers that much. Or maybe they couldn't afford them in 2010 when they released. So, of course, now they're like, I got the money. I'm ready to go. Or they weren't around back then and they're like, okay, well, I'm digging these shoes. I really love these. I'm into sneakers now and I gotta get them now. I gotta get these. They look sick on feet. So it's going to be a tough release. To me, this is a big deal. This is a big deal as far as releases of the year. Don't get it twisted. Just me personally, I'm more excited about releases that I don't have versus releases that I already have already. And it's just me getting a new pair. It's just, you know, it's not the same. You know, there's just not as much excitement. This is going to be a big deal. This is going to be a tough release to get, I think, because of the demand for the shoe. And a lot of resellers are going to try to buy full-size runs because they know that people are going to be wanting to buy these later on a resale tip. And I'm talking about the resellers that do this like for a living, like the people that will drop thousands and thousands of dollars on release day, not the kid that buys 1 or 2 pairs and tries to resell it. I'm talking about the people that got websites that are reselling their shoes later on. A year or 2 later, they got them on their site for $400, $300, and they're caking off of it. That's what I'm talking about. There's going to be a lot of people like that just trying to buy as many as possible because they know later on it's going to be worth it for them. They're going to be able to flip or triple their profits with that. So my recommendations for that shoe, you really got to go to as many stores as possible, get your raffle tickets. They usually do them like Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, different times. Just call your local retailers to get as much information as possible to find out when the raffles are. And also on release day, just be on your computer and be ready to rock, you know, be ready to go. Make sure, once again, you're following my Twitter. My Twitter is The Sneak Addict. The Sneak Addict. I will put as much information as possible on release day, like I've been doing for the past couple of months, over on my Twitter account, The Sneak Addict. Always check out that Twitter. You know, I always try. I would say like 98% of the time I try to help everyone out on that Twitter account, putting information. Also, thesneakeraddict.com. Just go there all the time. Every morning you should be going to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, 7:55 a.m., 7:50 a.m. Right around that time, go there in the morning, go there in the afternoon, go there at night. I always am posting information on my blog, sneaker news, release information, restock information, to unreleased shoes. Check out thesneakeraddict.com. Every day you should be going there. So that's my advice on that shoe. It's going to be tough to get. It's not going to be a walk in the park getting that shoe. And if you think it is because it's quote-unquote a general release, if you still feel that way after what I've told you right now, I hope you get your shoes, you know, I really do, because I don't think it's going to be. But there's people that don't even care about Jordans that want that shoe because that's the shoe Jordan won his first championship in. They watched the game when they were kids. They want it. I know people that are older than me that didn't have that shoe when they were younger, and they're calling me up now and telling me they want that shoe. They heard it's releasing. So I'm telling you now, don't sleep on this release. If you want this shoe, do what you got to do. Get them raffle tickets, stack them up. I know it sucks. I hate having to go out of my way and drive around and go to these raffle spots, go to all these retailers, and you have to wait online, show them your license and all that. But if you really want the shoe, you got to do that. It's just what you got to do if you want it. So next we got, shout out to Kat, Heat on Kat's Feet. She wanted to know about my thoughts on these eBay scammers. Shake my head. Buyers that rob good sellers. So, this has been going on for a hot minute now. It's actually been going on since last year, because I've had a few of my friends that have called me up telling me, yo, this is crazy. I sold a pair of shoes for $400 or $500, and the shoe gets delivered, and then all of a sudden, a month later, I'm getting hit over the head by PayPal telling me that, you know, there's a file claim that they never got their shoe, and then I'm negative money now on my PayPal. Delz, help me. And, you know, I've tried to help them because that's what friends do, right? And I even had to get on the phone at one point and help one of my boys because they just weren't getting anywhere. Every time they were calling, the PayPal people were like, well, we're looking into it and we'll get back to you. And then my friend would call me back and tell me that and be like, you know, I don't know what the hell to do. Like, they're just not giving me my damn money back. And it's as simple as this. Listen, if this ever happens to you, there's tracking with the shoes you ship. All you have to do is tell them, listen, the shoe is shipped. This is a scammer. The shoe is shipped. I have proof. You need to hit them with that proof. You got to hit them with that bang. You got to hit them with the bang, bang, bang. And that is the proof. You got to show them that the shoe has been delivered. How? Hitting them with the tracking. You tell PayPal, we got the tracking here. The shoe is delivered. There's no reason for you to have gone into my PayPal account and just take my money. Because that's what they're doing. They're literally robbing you. They're taking that money right out of your PayPal. The shoe's shipped. There's no reason for it. Give me my money back. You need to tell them that. Work with these people. If they are not helping you, tell them, please can I speak to a supervisor because I just really need this money. Explain to them, you know, you need your money. This is money that they took out that you need. The shoe's delivered. There's proof the shoe's delivered. If you don't speak to the right person, you're not going to get your money back. And don't give up and say, oh, well, they got me for my money. Oh, moving on, because that's just ridiculous. If you shipped a pair of shoes and there's proof it was delivered, then you should be getting your damn money back. And if you're not getting your damn money back, you just keep calling, and you talk to the right people. You need to talk to a supervisor. Sometimes try when you're calling, you know, they give you different options. Instead of going to speak to someone in a claims case, when they give you options, try speaking to someone in a stolen money or this, that, and the third. Like, try doing a different option if you're still having trouble. Just keep trying to speak to the right person. That's all you got to do. If that person ain't going to help you, go to the next person. If that person ain't going to help you, try going to the next person. Sometimes when I'm calling customer service for anything, if the person ain't helping me, a lot of times it's because the person doesn't know what the hell to do. They don't know. So they're just on a computer screen, just reading whatever's on the computer screen. Hang up the phone and just call up again. And hopefully they don't pick up the phone. If it's the same person, then hang up again. You know? You gotta just keep trying. There's no way you should be getting your money stolen from you if there's proof that this damn shoe was delivered. And it's as simple as that. So that's my thoughts on that. Let's see what else we got. Why do people buy certain brands only? STWJFWM asks. Because that's what they're into, you know? That's really what it comes down to. That's what they're into, or that's what is quote-unquote cool. Because I hear people comment on certain brands that I review, and they'll be like, man, if you wore those in my school, you would get laughed at. Like, who cares? Like, think about the people that are laughing at you. Like, you should be laughing at them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just throw the reversal on them. If someone laughs at you because you're wearing a brand that's not as popular, laugh at them. Like, why you even care what I'm wearing? You know, it's kind of suspect, you know what I mean? That's definitely a big thing with why people are only into certain brands. Because a lot of people are only into certain things because they're just trying to fit in, you know, to what's hot, you know? They're not into what they like. They're into what's hot, what's popular. So that's my opinion on that. Some people just like Nike, and to me that's fine. You're a Nike head. I don't even consider you a sneakerhead. If you only like one brand, I don't consider you a sneakerhead. Sneakerhead's someone that just loves sneakers. And as I always say, just focus on what you like. Focus on your lane. Focus on your wave. That's what I do. I don't care what anyone wears. Only thing I care about is how you act. If you're in my area, if you're in my circle, if you're near me, you know. That's all I care. If you want to act like a jackass, just go that way. So that's my opinion on all that. Moving on. Let's see. Doernbecher 8. It's Jacob 95925. He wants my opinion on it. I think it's cool. I don't really like to critique Doernbecher shoes, but I think it's a cool shoe. Don Yeezy asked about it. When he wants to know about where they're going to be releasing. I'm pretty sure they're only releasing on the internet. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on it. But just go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. I have all the information there. I don't remember off top. I always say, go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, for your sneaker news. And don't forget, you know, when they do release, I will have as much information on my Twitter and my blog in the morning, 7:55 a.m. or right before the release time. So keep that in mind with the Doernbechers. I'm going to do my best. Every weekend I try my best. I do research. As soon as I'm done with this podcast, I'm going to pass this to someone. They're going to put this whole together for me after I'm done recording. And I'm going to start doing research for the releases tomorrow. Like the 13 that's releasing. Because I know people want it. It's a nice shoe. If you got the money, you don't care paying the extra money, which a lot of people don't care about. They want the shoe. They don't give a damn about the 185. If it was 200, they don't care either. They got it like that. A lot of heads want me to help them out, and I'm going to make sure to put that information on my blog, you know, in the morning. And I'll try to post links on the Sneak Addict Twitter also to help them out, because it's just my way to try to help my supporters that watch here. Oh, this is a good one right here. Anonymous_0_. The termination of contracts because customs by Nikes. He is talking about professional athletes that have Nike contracts getting threatened to have their contracts terminated wearing custom shoes. How do I feel about that? My opinion is, I don't blame Nike for threatening them, because Nike's paying them millions and millions and millions of dollars, money that most of us dream about making. They are getting paid to wear the products they want them to wear in the colors they want them to wear. Business is business. You got to look at it as business. You can't look at it as, oh, the Nike's not cool. That's whack. They're doing that. This is business. They paying them millions of dollars to wear these damn shoes the way they want them to wear them. You're getting paid to wear what you're supposed to wear. Wear what you're supposed to wear. If you don't, you are risking losing money. It's as simple as that. I don't blame Nike. If I was working for Nike, I'd be pissed off if I seen a player that we're paying millions and millions of dollars for wearing some other shoe in all these different colors. That's crazy. You want to do that? Okay, well, let me get my money back and you can go get your shoe painted whatever color you want. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that. So that's my thoughts on that right there. Shout out to everyone that does podcasts too on the internet. I was listening to a couple of good ones this week. Rob Dollar, I noticed he's been doing them lately, and I really enjoyed one. He was actually speaking about how Nike is now cracking down on resellers and canceling orders they feel look kind of shady, like they're from resellers. They're actually canceling orders and sending emails basically saying that we are canceling your order because we think that you may be a reseller, which is pretty crazy. And my opinion on that is that that's great, but you got to be careful if you're one of them people using bots, because they may be able to figure out that you're using a bot and then think that you're a reseller, even if you're just buying your pair of kicks. So be careful, you know, because it's like a gift and a curse, like that they're doing this, because they may confuse you for a reseller and they have your IP address and then you're not able to buy from Nike anymore. Possibly. I don't know if there's a way to get around that, but you got to be careful, man. It's pretty crazy that they're canceling the orders from people that they feel may be resellers. But I think the people that they're canceling orders from are people that are ordering multiple shoes on different accounts and they're getting sent to, you know, the same addresses and whatnot. Like, it's just clear as day that they're resellers. Let's see. Be unique. Talk about the Spurs command forces. This is from that.red.c10. I've been talking about the command forces forever. And they're still available. If you're looking for them, just go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. But he's talking about this new colorway, this Spurs colorway, which has a black upper. This Spurs colorway people love. I think it's okay. I like the original colorway better than this Spurs colorway. I'm not like going crazy over it like some are. Sorry, buddy, but I'm not that into it. I think it's nice, but not as nice as the original color. The original white and Volt. That thing is just, that's the sneaker. That's one of my favorite shoes of the year. Don't be shocked if it's my #1 pick of the year. That's how much I love that shoe. If you've been watching all my episodes, I've made it clear how much I love it. I also, on my Command Force review, you really need to watch it. Not a lot of people watched it, and it sucks because if you enjoy listening to my podcast, you're going to really enjoy this video because it's a really nice video where I actually talk about my love for sneakers, and I show a lot of my favorite shoes that I loved as a kid. So make sure you go watch that. I'll throw a box somewhere on the screen eventually if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening on iTunes, shout out to everyone that's listening on iTunes, by the way. Just go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, and just search for the Command Force Nike, and you'll be able to see that right there. And I'll have information on where to find the shoe also. Definitely one of my favorite releases of the year. I think that shoe is amazing. But in that review, I talk about my love for sneakers and a big reason why I love sneakers so much. That new colorway is cool, and it's actually out now at select retailers over in the UK. If you're trying to lock in your pair right now, just go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com. I have tons of information on there. Infinite Souls wanted me to speak about customs. I did a big, long podcast on that. You got to check it out. Just go in the description box. I'll throw a link in the description box. And we're almost at a half an hour on this podcast. I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like button. If you did, share this Facebook, Twitter, Google+. By doing that, lets people in your circle know about my show, and it helps a lot. That's why I ask everyone, not only ask, but just remind people, because I know there's a lot of people that don't mind doing it, they just forget. If you love the show, please make sure to just keep doing that. Lets me know, helps the show grow. Make sure to also go to my blog, thesneakeraddict.com, for your sneaker news. It's there for you to help you out with releases and sneaker news. Every morning you should be going there at 7:55 a.m. right before release time to give you a heads up of what's going on as far as the day for releases. And my Twitter, make sure you're following my Twitter because it will help you out, I guarantee you, with pickups. Look in the description box below. I'll put all that information, including a few playlists to some of my newest reviews and some other stuff I think you'll be interested in checking out. Thanks for listening. Everyone be great out there. Have a great weekend. And with that said, we out.
Rick Ross, DJ Delz. Let's go, nigga.
DJ Delz, you know I love you, love you, love you.
Hey, it's just mad that we winning this pledge.